Now, let's continue. Verse 14. Shimon Kifa has declared how Yahweh at first did visit the Ephraimite nations to take out from the Ephraimite nations a people for his name. True? That is true. Meaning he wanted to reunite the commonwealth of Israel under the banner of his name. Yahweh saves. That's why it was done through his son Yahshua. To regather and restore both houses of Israel, the Ephraimite nations and Jewish Israel. Verse 15. And to this agree the words of the Nevi'im, the prophets, as it is written. After this I will return and rebuild again the Sukkah of David, the tabernacle of David, which has fallen down. I will rebuild again the ruins. I will set it up once more. So why did Yeshua come? Why is he going to return again? To rebuild what? The Sukkah of David, the 12 tribes which have been split into what? 2 broken, disobedient houses. He will rebuild the tabernacle of David again and set up its ruins and to set it up once more as one stick in Yahweh's what? In Yahweh's hands. Are you still with me?
Oh, yeah.
So far we're doing well. We know why Yeshua came, not to start a New Testament church, apart from Torah and apart from the historic people of Israel. But he came to restore, to rebuild and restore the tabernacle of David, the Sukkah of David, that had what? That had fallen into ruin. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
Let's continue. Verse 17. That the remnant of men, meaning of these 2 houses, might seek after the Master Yahweh and all the nations upon whom my name is called, said the Master Yahweh, who does all these things. Now my writing here is so small I can barely read it, but let me try. The focus of the renewed covenant is the rebuilding, the return, and the reestablishment of the tabernacle of David. Thus, for the tabernacle of David to be rebuilt, the original components would have to be used. Obviously, the components are the 12 tribes, living in harmony under the new and greater end-time David, the Messiah Yeshua. Verse 17 of Acts 15 tells us that this rebuilding will be done by finding and rescuing the nations or the Gentiles upon whom my name, Yahweh, Yisrael, is already called. Baruch Hashem, Yahweh. Verse 18. Maaseh Shlichim 15:18. So far, I haven't said anything too controversial. So far. Wilbur? So far. Known to Yahweh are all his works from Bereshit or from the beginning of the Olam. Verse 19. Meaning, don't worry. Yahweh is not building a New Testament church. He is rebuilding and restoring the ruins of the tabernacle of David, which has fallen into 2 separate and distinct houses. Okay. Don't worry. Yeshua is not setting up a New Testament church. Relax. Don't worry. Yaakov says, the first rabbi in Jerusalem, Yaakov says, don't worry. Yahweh is just rebuilding. He has returned to Israel through the person of his son, Messiah Yeshua, to rebuild and restore the tabernacle of David that has fallen. Don't worry, he's not calling us to a new work, building a New Testament Gentile church. He's just restoring and rebuilding the tabernacle of David that has what? That has fallen into disrepair and ruin. Verse 19. Because Yahweh is not building a New Testament church, but rather rebuilding the same 12 tribes with the same components of the original 12 tribes. Here is, verse 19, Rabbi Yaakov says again, here is my mishpat. What is mishpat?
Judgment.
My sentence, my decision. Whose decision? Rabbi Yaakov's decision. Whose decision?
His.
Whose decision?
His.
Yaakov's decision. Now remember what I taught you when we started this message. Is everything recorded in the Bible true?
Yes.
No.
Oh, no.
Is everything in the Bible accurately recorded?
Yes.
Yes. The Prushim said Yeshua raises the dead through the power of the devil. Is that true? No. Is it accurately recorded that they blasphemed Yeshua? Yes.
Yes.
Solomon said, I can serve Yahweh and Molech at the same time.
That ain't true.
Is that true?
No.
No. But is it truly recorded that erroneous thing is what he said?
Yes.
So not everything, next time someone tells you everything in the Bible is true, you can tell they haven't been discipled by Rabbi Moshe.
Teach.
Not everything in the Bible is true.
Okay.
But everything in the Bible is truly
Recorded.
recorded.
Amen. I got you. Got you.
Verse 19. Because of the fact that Yeshua has come and returned to regather the nations called by his name, the end-time Israelite nations, the seed of Ephraim, Israel, my mishpat, my decision, a panel of one. Who gave testimony, Chris? Kifa. Who else gave testimony? Rav Shaul. Who else gave testimony? Barnabas. But notice their decision did not stand. The decision of the so-called Council of Yerushalayim was made by a one-man jury. Can we continue
Yes.
to blame the Catholics? Rivka, would you be so kind? Give me some water, honey. Can we continue to blame the Catholics? I don't see Catholics in this chapter, do you?
No, not at all.
Brother Bromfield, do you see Catholics in this chapter? I don't see one. There's not a single Catholic, Wilbur, in this chapter. I'm going to show you the seeds of the church.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to show you exactly where it all started. Because of this, my mishpat is that we do not trouble those for whom are among the nations, thank you, who are returning, meaning, of course, the what? The 10 tribes of Ephraim, Israel. The word here in the Aramaic for returning in verse 19 and the Greek is the word not turning to Elohim, but rather returning to Elohim. The Greek is epiphistro, and the Aramaic is shuvah. They are making return. Who were at one time Israel, making a part of David's tabernacle or dwelling place, but have left that tabernacle because it has been, through the split of Israel into two houses, has become a ruin. So Yaakov said, look, forget the works of the law that these Prushim have come, verse 1 and verse 4. Forget the works of law. My decision is that we don't trouble those who are returning from among the nations. Returning where, Darrell? Back to the tabernacle of David, which has fallen into ruin. Verse 20. But that we write to them that they should abstain from pollution of idols, from fornication, from things strangled, and from dam. Stop. Now, don't lose me here. In most of the Messianic world, they teach what? We are Messianic Jews. They are not Jews. So they don't have to obey the Torah. We have to obey the Torah. That's what they teach. Even in Messianic Israel, to a lesser extent, that's what they teach. Not the same extent, but to a lesser extent. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
Here is the crux of the problem. What are the works of law? If the hundreds of you in this room were paying attention, what's the difference between works of law and Torah? Torah is what? The true set of instructions for all Israel. Is it not?
Correct.
The works of law sounds like the law, but it is the Prushim's desire to get people circumcised and following Torah before they even know what it means to be saved by grace through faith, before they even know what the precious blood of Yeshua means and what it means to have their names written in the Lamb's Book of Life. So the great controversy is not should believers follow Torah or should believers receive Brit Milah.